What's up, everybody? Terrace Troy Horton here. I'm here going live here in about. I'm gonna go live on TikTok here in about 8 minutes. This is new. I'm trying to incorporate all kinds of different stuff live on TikTok. New microphones, new recording studio, new everything. Hopefully, I'm sounding good. If you don't mind, if you come in for a minute, if you leave a comment in the chat, let me know how I'm sounding. Make sure I'm sounding good, okay, over here. Because I'm still trying to figure out all this stuff. Welcome to, what is this called? Kentucky Live. With your host, Terrace Troy Horton. It's going to be fun. I'm going to talk so much shit. I swear to God, I'm going to talk so much shit because I'm not running any political I'm not a political candidate, and I'm cancel culture's over, so I really don't give a damn what anybody thinks. So I'm about to talk a whole bunch of shit. Hopefully, I don't get kicked off of Facebook. I'm also on YouTube and Twitter, and I'm about to go live on. I just had to do some things, some housekeeping on here. I'm about to go live on TikTok, and like I said, if you're interested in what I got going on, because I'm going to be showing a video. Let me see how I should pull up this video. I can show you.
Yes, 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 yes.
So if you guys don't really know me, this would be a good chance for you guys to get to know who is Terrace Troy Horton. If you're the first time ever, and for the people who do know me, they'll be like, that's just TBNT. If you only know me by Terrace, who is Terrace Troy Horton? If you're the first time ever. Oh, if you only know me by Terrace Horton, you are in for a treat. And if you know Troy, no politics. I'm gonna be doing politics, but it's off the cut. It ain't no censored. I'm running for office. This is Terrace Horton. I'm running for city commission. I'm coming to Kentucky. No, it's raw, uncut. Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit about the Democrats and the Republicans. If you're messing up, I'm gonna talk about you. This is not kid-friendly content. Just put it out there like that right now. This is not kid-friendly content. If you have kids, how do I sound out there too? I see some people on here. How do I sound out there? If you have small children around, this isn't the time to watch this content. Watch it later. I'll be going live here in about 5 minutes. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. You'll be able to hear me in the background as I'm doing my thing too, because I'm trying to go live on TikTok at the same time. Bye, guys. Like I said, I'm going to concentrate on talking to my TikTok people because those are the people, if I have some guests on or something like that, those are the people who I'm going to be concentrating on as I'm pulling up content and doing other things. Once again, hello, everybody out there in the TikTok world and in Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all that. My name is Terrace Troy Horton, the self-proclaimed most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I don't know anybody more interesting than me. If you know anybody in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, who's more interesting? Who's more connected? Who's more outspoken? Who's prettier? who's articulate, who can wear gold teeth, who can go and talk to the governor and the president of the United States, then turn around and go to hood and cop a sack. What's up, everybody? Hey, if you're watching and if you're over here, hit the TikTok. I'm talking to you guys. I'm live streaming on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I'm live streaming. So hit that button, tap that screen. Let's get everybody involved in here today. Let's ask some serious questions. We got some people that want to know some things about me, Terrace Troy Horton, and I'm going to answer those questions for you. Are those studio monitors in the back? These are studio monitors in the back. I have a full-fledged recording studio in here. It's a personal studio. I had intentions of putting it in Dayton, Kentucky, where I had my other barbershop at. I was going to put a full-fledged recording studio. I was going to allow kids to come in and just record and do podcasting and all kinds of stuff. And guess what? I changed my mind. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm doing it for myself for the longest time. And this is going to be a power hour for people. You can go back and you can watch it later on. I'm live streaming on TikTok every Monday. What's up, Mr. Positivity? Welcome to the chat. I'm podcasting every Monday at 11 a.m. And I'm going to be live right here. You're going to see some different changes, some different moving around, and some sceneries and stuff like that. But one thing is for certain, I will be here. Like I said, in the Facebook chats right now, there's 4 people in here. And in Instagram, on TikTok, there's 100. That's why I'll mess with you no more, Facebook. You can't get no burn. But anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about how in Dayton, Kentucky, I just closed that studio down. I'll be doing this, and it's called Live from Kentucky. So if anybody wants to jump in the box, come on, jump in the box with me. Let's talk pop culture, politics, relationships. See 120 people in the box, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm messing with you. I'm talking relationships, politics, Democrats, Republicans, religion, sports, pop culture, music, you name it. You guys want to talk about it? Jump in the box with me. We can talk about it. I'm coming from you live right here from Kentucky in the basement. Got Rap Country, the basement. And what I'm going to do I'm going to start off and I'm going to play for you guys. Good morning, Tex Rex. What's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hey, tap that screen, man. Why I only got one like? Everybody tap the screen. Get the people in here. Get the people talking about what we want to talk about today. What I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to try to turn the screen around where you can see it. But I'm going to do this thing called the top 10 TikToks of the week, where I play my favorite TikToks. If you're out there in the Facebook world, what's up? I'm only going to be here for about an hour, but you can come in and go off, or you can watch it later. Anyways, Terrace Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Self-proclaimed, that is. Somebody's like, you ain't the most interesting man in the Con. I said, name somebody more interesting. I'll wait. All right, cool. Here we go. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to play a video and you guys can hear the audio of it. Now, I'm going to try to turn it around where you can see the stream as well, okay? I'm going to try to turn this around where you can see the stream as well. While I'm doing that, you guys need to hit that like button. You need to hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let's go. Can you see that? Can you see it? Yep, you can see it. This is streaming live on Facebook too. But let me see if can I flip this screen? Let's see here. And if somebody wants to jump on live with me, man, come on, jump on live with me. Interact. Nope. Enhance. Flip camera. Boom, got it. So here, Facebook, or for the Facebook people, and I'm doing it this way too.
Oh!
Let's go back. This is the top 10 TikToks of the week right here.
Yes.
This is okay, and I'm gonna be stopping it and going. Look at that. Hold on. I gotta go back.
I'm to the place right now. If you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church.
We're going back and we're going to start this over so I can do this proper way. Terrace Horton, Terrace Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And I see you got your ears lowered. Yeah, I did, man. We'll talk about that here in a minute there, Tex. I got my ears lowered. My son did it, but let's talk about these cakes real quick, though. Let's talk about this girl's booty. And this is if you've never met Terrace Troy Horton, get ready for some good content. Let's go.
Yes.
Turd cutter, boy. That's a turd cutter. That's an American turd cutter. The fanny of the week. Hey, that's what I think. Brian, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Ryan Luster, my main man, Ryan Luster. Me and him, we sit in the barbershop, we brainstorm all the time. And he said, and I said, you remember Jet Beauty of the Week? He said, yeah, T. He said, you got to bring that back. So there we go. Installment number 1 of the Fanny of the Week. The Fanny of the Week. Boom, boom. There we go. AskTerraceOne.com. Let's go. Streaming live on TikTok.
I'm to the place right now. If you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you demon.
He said, if you vote Democrat, he don't want you in his church. Greg Locke. He preached this sermon May 15th, 2022. He said, if you vote Democrat, kind of what Joe Biden said, if you ain't voting for him, then you ain't black. This dude said, if you vote Democrat, you are not a Christian.
You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation.
We got a comment coming in from Gavin. He said, LOL, ever heard of separation of church and state? Yeah, I have. I think this is absolutely ridiculous for someone to get in the pulpit and spit this hate. I really do. I think it's unbelievable. But, he has the right to do that under a 501c3. So he gets to do this tax-free, baby. Tax-free money right here. He can come on here. He can spew whatever he wants to. Tax-free. Let's go.
They are God-denying demons. CNN can eat my dirty socks.
CNN can eat his dirty socks.
Cannot be a Democrat and a Christian. You cannot. Somebody say amen.
And the whole crowd says, amen. You can't be a Democrat and you can't get into heaven. This dude in the comment in the chat said, it's true. From a giant mega church, I'm sure. Yeah, I know, right, Gavin? Giant mega church, probably, definitely tax-free, 501c3, tax-free. See, that's what I'm talking about. How can we have separation of church and state when you got people in here who get federally funded programming or tax-free, and they get to get up in here and say, well, say whatever you want. This is America, freedom of speech.
Rest of you, get out! Get out! Get out in the name of Jesus!
And that's what I'm talking about. He said, get out in the name of Jesus. Fanny's right into church sermons. I don't play around. Wait till I keep going. He said, you cannot be a Christian and be a Democrat. And he said it. I didn't. Here we're going to go into the next segment. This is number 3. Patrisse Cullors. I mean, he's talking to his own his constituents, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he is talking to his own constituents. Here we go. Number 3, Patrisse Cullors gets harassed by Candace Owens. Let's watch the story.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house.
Hello.
With a news crew.
I was just looking to speak to whoever is at this property because...
So you see when Patrisse Cullors said that Candace Owens was outside of her house harassing her. And let's see if the white tears work for this black woman.
It's listed as the Black Lives Matter property.
Y'all, I really need my family to be safe.
We're not trying to harass you. We'll gladly leave. We're just wondering if we can speak to anybody.
You see that? She's like, I just want my family to be safe. And Candace Owens, with her pure, what do you call it? Journalistic genius. Her journalistic genius. She has provoked, what do you say? And somebody's like, she shouldn't go to her house. She shouldn't go to her house. But what did those Black Lives Matter people do? They went to Daniel Cameron's house. I digress. Let's go. Let's get back into this.
I need to be safe.
Thank you, sir.
I need my child to be safe.
Have a great day.
What y'all got going on?
Oh, she said, okay, I'm out. Here we're going to go into the abortion issue. And this is going to be a point in the abortion issue that lots of people might not want to see and might not be ready to question or talk about. What about the people who wanted to be aborted? You ever heard about them people? Well, I've got it for you first right here on AskTerraceOne.com, live streaming on TikTok, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is for someone who is pro-abortion for a different reason.
BS 17, fuck all these goddamn crackers out here and these motherfucking colored women out here doing some stupid ass shit. I am an adoptee. And it's a lot of us that fucking wish that they
She says she's an adoptee. She was adopted. And she said there's a lot of adoptees that wish
would have aborted instead of just absent-mindedly placed us somewhere, especially when it comes to crackers. They don't give a fuck what happens to black children. We get fucking tossed around. These crackers don't give a fuck what happens to us. I was raped. I was molested. I was beat on. I saw my brother get fucking hung in a goddamn tree.
She says she saw her brother get hung in a tree. This is someone who is pro-abortion because she said she wishes that she was never born. And there might be some other people out here who feel like that. This is another perspective that we must address. Here's something that I like to watch. Women who believe how to marry a high value man. Since the death of Kevin Samuels, people want to know how to get a high value man. Listen up close. This woman's got the answers.
Allie, show me your ring. Now tell me what you do
Wow.
for a living.
I love my husband.
She loves her husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
I became a better human being, and I became feminine, and also
She said she became a better human being. She became feminine and also
shocking, submissive.
shocking, submissive to the women out there who are like, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. I can cook. I don't cook. I don't clean. How do you think that I got this ring with that bomb ass?
That was the secret. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your.
So if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shells. I'm going to get back to answer those questions there now that she can see that she's born. She cannot choose to be alive or not. Exactly.
Retail job, right?
What's
Like, wouldn't
up,
it be better if you
Detox?
were cleaning your own shelves at home? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way.
She said, and your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. See, I've got this son. Perfect segue. I've got this son. His name's Cameron. He's a stud. And I'm willing to trade with the world, the things the world are going. I want to find out who this guy is who has this daughter, and I would like to arrange a marriage with my son. He's an athlete. He can run he runs a 14-minute 110 hurdle. I'd like to arrange a marriage with this girl. She can shoot a crossbow like a son bitch. Watch this shit. I'll give you one black son. I'll give you one black African American, you call it whatever you want to call, son, in exchange for your perfectly breedable pink toe snow bunny. That's not a crossbow. What is it? What is it, Gavin? It's not a crossbow. What is it? It's archery. I'll trade you my son and his athletic ability for the potential of you be able to have a mixed breed archery shooting. It's a compound bow. Okay, it's a compound bow. It's a regular bow, compound bow. Okay. My bad. Shit, I'm just learning. I'm not concerned with the bow. I'm trying to get my son hitched up with this here pink toe to see if we can breed us some mixed kids. Oh, what's next?
What's beat your ass?
Billy Ray. Billy Earl. If you guys have not seen Billy Earl is a billy goat that you can find on TikTok. Billy Earl. Let me show you some Billy Earl thing.
Cause clearly the last ass whooping you got wasn't good enough, bitch. Get the fuck off my shit, you stinking bitch.
Like I said, this is not for kids today. Billy Earl,
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if you don't stop fucking with me.
Billy Earl the goat. All right, now this is something that I have to address. I seen on TikTok that they were talking about how Jack Harlow at the Kentucky Derby was carried by two big black men. They're like, what's this privileged white boy getting carried by two black men? You know, all I can say is Jack Harlow's the king. He deserves it. Jack Harlow brought Drizzy Drake to the Kentucky Derby. Now, he deserves it. One thing about Jack Harlow, he is kept at Kentucky. He is a Kentucky boy all the way through. He's bringing all these people into the Kentucky Derby to shoot a video. So he didn't want to get his shoes dirty on the mud in the Kentucky Derby. So he said, hey, boys, and in Kentucky, we don't play that black-white stuff. Jack Harlow is the king of Kentucky right now. Jack Harlow is the king of Kentucky. Jack Harlow is the king of Kentucky. I'm saying it here. Terrence Troy Horton. Jack Harlow is the king of Kentucky. He can do whatever he wants. He's brought positive. He brought, look at Drake chilling. He brought a film crew to the Kentucky Derby to shoot a video. Jack Harlow's the king around here. Jack Harlow is the king. Look at that. That's happening in Louisville, Kentucky. And somebody's complaining about somebody carrying him across the. Jack Harlow is the king of Kentucky, and he's coming for Eminem's spot. We're gonna help him get there. We're coming for that spot, Eminem.
Yeah.
You're mad. Let me remove that. Let me get back to. Let me turn the screen around. All right, I'm back. All right, TikTok. Well, that was pretty cool. You got to see the top 10 TikToks of the week. Now we can get into some content. I've seen a lot of people coming in and out. I've seen a lot of TikTok celebrities on here. I've seen AJ. I don't know if he's still in here. AJ's Rant Room. If you don't follow him, follow him. I see Patrick Edwards. He's always good with the content. See a lot of people coming through here. So give me a topic to talk about today, fellas, or I'm just going to go off and start talking about something that I want to talk about, which is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, the organization, is under investigation. Do you guys remember? I don't know. You baby formula. We can talk about baby formula too. We can talk about baby formula. No, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. You trust me. Stick with me, little Billy Goat. Somebody said my favorite white guy. Okay. Black Lives Matter. Remember back whenever somebody was calling me names back whenever 2020 was going on and Black Lives Matter was running rampant and they were saying, oh, if you don't support Black Lives Matter, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I said, I don't like Black Lives Matter. There's some holes in there's holes when their mantra was to dismantle the nuclear family. I knew right then and there that Black Lives Matter. What up, dump truck? Hey, what's up? What's up, girl? How you doing, Meg? Whenever Black Lives Matter, when on their website, when it says they are there to dismantle the nuclear family, that's when I knew. Hey, what's up? I got a lot of my people coming in. I'm streaming live on Facebook as well, hanging out in the quarry with the flat. Hey, they don't know about no quarries. They don't know about no. Hey, they don't know about no quarry. I published Ideology with us. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. And now they're all quiet, act like they did nothing. Exactly. Remember whenever they were saying, you ain't going out to the Black Lives Rally March? I said, hell no. I ain't going to no march with it. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. I remember whenever I went to this business in my neighborhood and I had these shirts and I was like, hey man, put these on for a second. I had these shirts and I was like, hey man, how about we sell these shirts in your shop? Because I'm a black business and you're out there, got a Black Lives Matter sign on your front door. So if I'm being a black business and you're selling my shirts in there, it's like you are supporting Black Lives. He's like, no, we're going to take some of the shirts that we're selling from a black business, take the proceeds of it and send it to Black Lives Matter, the organization. I said, like, hell you are. I grabbed all my shirts and I grabbed them and I took them out of that store and I thought I was going to make it a teachable moment for this mayonnaise person. I could have been like, hey man, Black Lives Matter is a total scam. You're going to feel stupid in about 2 years when you see that it's what it's formed for, why it's formed. And I'm a black man and I'm telling you this bullshit. And this white liberal looked me in the face. They looked me in the face and he said, you need to figure out what side you're really on. I'm surprised at you, Terrace. He said, I'm surprised at you, Terrace. He's like, I really thought you were in the movement. I really thought that you were a part of the cause. I really thought that you were part of helping spread the message to show just how important Black Lives Matter, how important these black lives are. They don't care what color you are. They just care whether you go at their rules. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, I can't deny that, but I'm talking about specifically Black Lives Matter. And then to come to find out that they're buying mansions, Patrice Collins, and once you watch my programming, because I'm going to get I've got a reason why I've got a hard on for Black Lives Matter. There's a reason, a specific. There's a specific reason why I have a problem with Black Lives Matter. And as the more you watch my content and the more you see how I do my thing, you will understand why I have a hard on for Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to spoil it now. You'll see as I'm going to be dropping notes. I'm going to be dropping dimes. But 2023 is a long time away. I'm going to introduce a lot of it around October. And I'm going to really release my findings on how Black Lives Matter affected the Commonwealth of Kentucky. and I'll show you, and then make sure this shit never happens on our watch again. It happened in both. It happened. Okay, I remember back when Black Lives Matter was making their way up through the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They were coming through Nashville. This is real talk. I got everything documented. They were coming through Nashville, and I put a Facebook message out there because I had some intel, and I put a Facebook message out there, and I was like, E-Town, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, if you can hear me, I want you to spread this around. I said they're going to be coming through Nashville, stopping off in these little cities, trying to get people and try to rally and tear up towns. I said, you keep them out of Hardin County. They knew better than to come to Kenton County. They knew better than to come to Kenton County. So they stopped in Jefferson County, which is Louisville. They stopped in Jefferson, and they got a foothold in Louisville, man. They Black Lives Matter. We're still. The Commonwealth of Kentucky is still. Oh my God. What has Black Lives Matter done for black communities? Nothing. Stole from us. Put it in blackface. They put it in blackface. Black Lives Matter was like, if you don't support, Black Lives Matter is Joe Biden all over again. But anyways, they have done nothing for the black community. I mean, but who cares? I'm going somewhere with this. So Patrisse Cullors, she paid her baby's father. She's gay, right? But she has a father. I think she has a baby's father. She paid him $900,000 from your donations. But I'm the crazy one. She paid her brother, if I'm not mistaken, this is in some documents that I've seen. I think it was $800,000 to do security at a mansion that she paid for with Black Lives Matter money. I could probably pull up some more stuff and show you, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to waste your time with that. I'm just saying. There's a reason why I'm coming after Black Lives Matter so hard, and you will be able to find that out here real soon. And I'm going to keep doing teasers. Someone said the money that could have been to go into black community. Yeah, they could have. They raised over $1 billion. Can you imagine if they would have took some of that programming? I'll say $1 million of it, and took programming into Chicago. They talk about what about the black on black crime, and we got and anybody who's okay. I'll say this too for the people who have never really experienced my programming. This my programming is not for dumb people. This programming that I do and that I've been doing on TikTok and Facebook Live and all that kind of stuff for a long time. I've quit out on Facebook Live because the TikTok is where it's at. That's just where it is. But my content is not for slow people who are in an echo chamber, who are afraid to think out the box, and who believe that the government and everything you see on the media is telling you the truth. My content is for out the box thinkers. My content is for people who want to who question whether the validity of Dr. Fauci, so to speak, or the validity of the election of 2020, or when they put organizations like Black Lives Matter in our face, we say, wait a minute. Okay, we all agree. We can all agree across the board that Black Lives Matter. We can agree with that. I can get behind Black Lives Matter. Put your fist up, wave it high. Black Lives Matter. Even if you're white, throw your fist up for a black life one time. Come on, one time for the black man and the black woman who's been oppressed over history, been oppressed, built this country. But let's fast forward to 2022 when you have every opportunity afforded to you in possible. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you come from. If you work hard and your cards align up in the right way, you can be successful. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind you can be successful. If you put your mind to it, you can do everything you want to do. Look at myself. But the way that I was raised is being attacked by the left. What do you mean the way that you were raised, Terrace? Troy Horton? I had my mother, loving mother, sweet mom, love her to death, still alive, 87 years old, and a loving father, 91 years old to this day, who stayed together through the good times and the bad times. They stayed together. Let me read a couple of these comments. 2022 operator has been since the internet, and you should personally post videos of hate. Opportunity has been here since the internet, and you could personally post. Cool. Black Lives. He's I think Patrick Edwards. He's the Marxist organization. You're talking about Black Lives Matter, but we're going to move on from Black Lives Matter. We're going to move on to how the United States of America. Yes, it's in like the left. They promote things like CRT and critical race theory and Black Lives Matter. They're all nothing burgers. They're all like things that they put in your face to scare you. Black Lives Matter. Everybody can agree. Black lives do matter. If you're watching on Facebook or something like that, you come in on Facebook, just hit the like button or something like that. Just spark the algorithm for me one time. We can all agree that Black lives do matter. We can also agree ain't no need to be going around running up and tearing up buildings and all that kind of stuff to get your point across. You go tear up you tear up and go, show them. We're going to tear up Walmart. We're going to go tear up Walmart. Why did any Walmarts ever get hit? It was all Targets and Walgreens and shit like that. Yes, Black lives do matter. I wish the people in somebody told me to talk about the baby formula. Okay. I don't know much about the baby formula thing, but all I do know is panic, 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 panic. Panic, panic, panic. My son said to me at the playground, "Look at that funny man." I said, "What man?" He said, "The black man." Okay, I'm waiting for the end of this. Funny man. Hey, black people are funny. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If my saying, "Look at that corny dude," and it was a white dude, I'd be like, lots of white guys are corny. Lots of black guys are. See, that's another thing that you're going to have to get over on if you come to my program. And we can make fun of each other. I can make fun of black people. I can make fun of white people if I don't get banned on here. Look at that. He said, "Look at that." He said the black man over there would have mattered if it was black or white. Yeah, it matters. I mean, in social contents, we have to know. That's like whenever we're talking about teaching CRT. CRT, in my opinion, because I've been studying, I never spoke out on it until, now that I'm getting a little bit more information on it. CRT is a 600 level college class. If you've got a college degree, about 400 level, 500. It's a master's degree type program that the left, because the left is smart, man. They throw words out there that trigger the Republicans. They throw CRT, Black Lives Matter, and we're like, all lives matter. All lives matter, goddammit. All lives matter. Don't be saying Black Lives Matter exclusively, and then we got them. Well, now we can go push our agenda. That's what they do, and we're catching on to that. Kids don't know until they learn to talk. Yes, color doesn't matter until adults influence them. I've seen a video of this 8-year-old kid taking a whip and beating it on this woman's property in Texas. So I don't know. Children are not born racist. I agree with that. Okay. Let me go back up here because I got to figure out where we were talking about. Chappelle is a freaking hilarious. Oh yeah, we're going to be talking about each other. I got black friends, white friends, and we do not. All across the board, we can say things. You seen the same video of where the white kid went over with a whip and was banging on that black person's door, and the dad came out and he shot and got arrested for shooting. Yeah, I do. Okay, who is that? Four Corners Truth for 2020. That video is it's hilarious unless it's your kid. Unless it's your kid. How can you say it's people? It's racism and white supremacy is definitely DNA inherited. It's because of things that you're taught and it is that I've had this woman that I dated who had black kids. Every time she got mad at me, she called me the N-word and tell me to get out of her face, but she's got black kids. And you tell me that's not inherited in her DNA, that she thinks that she's white, she's got black kids, and she thinks that she can say mean, nasty things to a black man just because she can. I seen this woman cuss a police officer out. I was like, first time I ever seen it. She cut this police pulled her over. She said, "What the F you pulled me over for, pig?" I said, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I was like, "I'm going to jail." I was like, "Shut up." She's like, no, I got this. He's like, "I pulled you over because you didn't do this." He's like, "I did it. And I'm going to be late for church. Now you messing with me. I'm on my way to church." She's cussing this cop out on the way to church. People, it's something like that. So people like me are the cause. That'd be true if we didn't have to, GJ. Oh, he's talking about somebody else. They're fighting in the chat. But anyways, this white lady cussed the cop out on the way to church. She's cussed me out in the church parking lot and walked inside the church and said, "Jesus died on the cross for our sins, so all is forgiven." I said, "You just called me the N-word." She said, "That don't matter. That don't matter. Jesus died for my right to call your little stinking black butt a N-word." How does that make that sense? So please. Someone make that make sense to me. That wouldn't be true if we had to fight for Mestor. So yeah, anybody want to jump into the box with me too? I got an open box. We can talk about whatever. Then I'll turn the camera around and I'll let the people from Facebook see how we get down and live stream on TikTok. Pretty much just follow the trend and see what's going on today in Kentucky and live in Kentucky. We will be discussing. I already went through the top 10. Maybe I'll go through the top 10 again. Christ died hanging from a tree. Acts 5:30 King James Version. Anybody want to dispute that? He died hanging from a tree, or did he die from a cross? I'll go with hanging from a tree. That's my personal. That's from my studies of the Bible. It says Jesus died on the cross. See, you might not like what I got to say, but when you do your research and you do your study, you'd be like, "Damn, Terrace. Damn, Troy, all the stuff that I've been taught, it's false." Or it has fallacies unless you have complete faith in your. It wasn't a dogwood. Dude said, "Nigga, it wasn't a dogwood tree." No, it was a tree back in those days. Cross because it's cross because it's historically accurate. I don't even think they didn't put people on cross. He died for us because we was hung from a tree. Still, Galatians 3:13. Miss Mendoza, how you doing, Miss Mendoza? Welcome to the live. Yes, dogwood. He said, yes, it was a dogwood tree that Jesus was hung from. So if Jesus was hung from a cross, and white supremacy is known to have, and back in the day, strung some people up, would it be safe to say Jesus isn't a white man? Boom. I'm talking about 10 years ago, whenever I was involved in church. I was involved in church pretty heavy 10 years ago. Crosses are a graven image commandment number 4. That's what I thought. Whenever I went to church and this dude was like, he had a white Jesus hanging up on a cross in his church, praying, praising God. Kind of like that one preacher that we listened to earlier. Let's see if I can find that preacher again.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna find this preacher right here. He's preaching that good preaching right here, boy.
Oh!
I'm to the place right now. If you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get
He said, if you don't vote Democrat, he don't want you in his church. You can just get
out. You can get out, you demon. You cannot be a Christian and vote.
Technically not a cross, but a single tree. Christ definitely a man of color. Feet like bronze. Yes, absolutely. Bryce said the tree because the stake made out of wood. Not but hung. But let's see what this dude's talking about. The dude who says he don't want no Democrats in his church.
Vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. They are God-denying demons. CNN can eat my dirty socks.
He said you cannot be. What do you guys think about that statement in the chat? You cannot be a Democrat and vote. You can't be a Christian and be a Democrat at the same time. How? I mean, I know a lot of liberal Christians. I know a lot of liberal Christians, but what form of Christianity, what set of Christianity, what denomination of Christianity does that? Can't mix religion. Alvin Sims coming in. Can't mix religion. This dude, Alvin. This dude did.
Cannot be a Democrat and a Christian. You cannot. Somebody
up,
say amen. Rest of you, get out.
He said the rest of you, get out. I bet he's from Kentucky. I bet he's like, hey, Alvin. I bet he's from like right in the middle of Covington and Paris, like right in there on 27, like Falmouth or Pendleton County or something like that. You can't be. That's red. Tennessee.
Nation. I don't care how bad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. They are God-denying demons. CNN can eat my dirty socks. You cannot be a Democrat and a Christian. You cannot.
So how can he be the gatekeeper of Christianity? Because they are pro-choice, maybe. Yeah. Sounds like West Virginia. I don't know, man. His name is Greg Locke. If anybody wants to, I can look him up real quick. Let me see if I can look up Greg Locke and see exactly where he's from. His church. We can look up and see what Nashville area. Is that somebody know that for fact? Is that a fact? Oh shit. Greg Locke used to be a rapper. He did used to be a rapper, did he? Oh, in fact, no president for the righteous. No presidents is for the righteous one. I agree with that one. Yeah, I agree with that one a lot. Greg Locke used to be a rapper. He was a rapper. I wonder what he rapped about. All right. Greg Locke, pastor, Central Community Church. If this is Kentucky, I'm going to shit my pants. Pennsylvania. North Hermitage Road, Transfer, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania, look it up. It was cringy as fuck. I'm a Republican and I'm not religious. I mean, you don't have to be. What did Alvin just say? Alvin Sims just said it perfectly. What happened to removing church and state? What happened to the separation of church and state? Look it up. It was cringy. What do you want me to look up? I can look it up. But this guy, Greg Locke, who claims that if you're a Democrat, so if you're not a Christian and he's the gatekeeper, who spoke to him? Who spoke to Greg Locke? You remember like in the Bible, Moses in the burning bush. The burning bush came down to Moses and said, hey, Moses, I'm the Spirit of God. I'm the Spirit of God. And I command you. Greg's rap career. Oh, he was a rapper for real? Oh, you just gave me a rabbit hole. Greg Locke rap. Oh, I see it. This is going to be great. Oh, he's a band. He's got a band. Pastor Locke rap. Okay, but I'm going to go back to where I was saying. If churches want to dabble in politics, they need to be exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point, Nick. My whole point is, how is it okay for a organization, a 501c3, let's say a Black Lives Matter, to not be taxed, and they're going out and they're spitting and spewing all this lies and this hate, and they're getting donations of the millions and millions and millions and misappropriating the funds just to be able to say, hey, I'm tax-free, I'm protected. We keep the man good citizens, but God's laws the other way. Yeah, I agree with that. If I'm going to read that, let me again. We keep man's laws that make us good citizens, but God says laws are done. I believe that. I think that they work with the government. I believe that. I believe that there's a lot of commandments and there's a lot of stuff, but you know what I'm saying? We have to be intelligent enough to discern Bible scripture that would apply to those days and bring them into modern day times that can apply to the times that are now. You know what I'm saying? Because it says interracial dating was not, you're supposed to stay with your own kind. God damn it. That's what the Klan backed it up. and said, we don't want no race. I understand why now, but but I believe in interracial marriage. I believe in, I don't think that anyone should get involved with who you love. Who you love is your business. Someone saying, this Greg Locke dude saying that Christianity is exclusive only to Republicans is like saying salvation is only exclusive to white males and females, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant heterosexual couples. I'll get back to my saying, the burning bush came down to Greg Locke and said, look, I need you to tell all these Democrats that they're going to hell. What about man on man or woman on woman? That's their business. I'm doing woman on man and woman, Adam and Eve. I believe in a man and a woman. That's just my beliefs. That's my sexual preference. But I will never condemn or judge someone else about the choices that they make for their lives. How narcissistic can you be? How narcissistic can you possibly be to think that you know what's best for someone else that is living a productive life, not hurting anyone? If they're out there hurting, so being sexual predators or being idiots or just being haters, but a lot of the people in the LGBTQ are bullies. But if they're not out there and they're not hurting anybody, and I'm believing parenting your kid. My kids come to me and I talk to them. I talk to them. If I have a child, if I have a son that wants to be gay, or I'm just going to love them regardless. I mean, how can you condemn that? I do believe that God made Adam and Eve, not Adam. I was about to go there. What is your take on Trump stirring the pot, calling for a civil war? No different than Joe Biden in his division, and whenever he acerbates January 6th, or he tells black people, I'm not a Trump hater. I don't like Joe Biden. So if you're gonna try to, if you're trying to question me on, I'm a Republican, conservative Republican. I will vote Republican, unless you're a Democrat that I do know. I will vote Republican unless you're a Democrat that has taken the time to stop and have a conversation with me. Because I'm touchable, and every single candidate who's out there running for someone in my constituency, in my place, said sharing the post. Oh, my bad. I think he's talking to his base. Kanye would have been better than Biden. Someone just said Kanye would have been better than Biden. That's crazy. But he's just dealing with his base. That's his base. Just like the Democrats' base that they're losing has been black people. Trump's base are, I hate to say it. Let's say, not all Trump's base, because the majority of the Republicans who I subscribe to, what's up, Dwayne? Most of the Republicans who I talk to and who are in my circle, we're all educated. We all are America first. We're all America first. So any candidate who is in my vicinity of voting for, if I see their name on the ballot, 9 times out of 10, I've spoke to that person before. Left ring, right ring, same bird. Yes, sir. You're definitely telling the truth on that. But when it comes to legislation, when it comes to getting things done, if you don't pick a side, you're going to be fighting both of them. But the thing is, you can say you have daily implications, hence the white supremacy terrorist shooting. But the things he says can have deadly implications, hence the white supremacy terrorist shooting. Shooting up supermarkets. I agree. But you know how that could be stopped, these white terrorists shooting up supermarkets? We bust a cap in their ass. They don't get to walk away free. They don't get, after they unloaded he should not been taken alive. He should not. I can't say that he was. Who knows what that shooter is? Shooter's ignorant. We can't place blame that on either one of them, because that we can't put party blame on this situation, because this is that's what they do with everything. They partisan it. This situation has to do with hate. This guy in Buffalo had to do with hate. His parents are trying to whitewash it and say, oh, he was bored during COVID and he didn't have anything to do, so he got pulled in the wrong direction. That's your fault, parents. It's not that someone said it's not the job of the police officer. It's not the job of the police officer to kneel on someone's neck for 9 minutes either, but they did it. Come on, man. When the city's right-wing Tarek is a great replacement theory, we win. But if he was a Republican, he was not. He was left-wing. Yeah, I'm saying. But someone said it's not the police officer's job to shoot. Man, it should have been any citizen with a gun. Anybody with a gun. And in the black community, we are taught, for the majority of the black community, we are taught that we do not need firearms unless if you get a firearm, it's illegal because you've got some kind of felony or something on your record. Police do not hand out punishment. Let's ... to white shooters, but they do hand out punishment to, come on, man. Somebody walks into a grocery store. I'm serious. If it was me, if that would happen in Kentucky, somebody would have busted a cap in his ass. If it would have happened in West Virginia, somebody would have busted a cap in his ass. They don't want to blame the person, only blame the gun. Exactly. There's a bunch of gun owners. There are a ton of gun owners that don't do stupid stuff like that. The left doesn't push fear to white people about great replacement theory. The left doesn't push fear to white people about the great replacement theory. I like this guy. King of debate. I like you. The security guard did shoot him and had a body armor. Shoot his head in. Shoot the kill. Don't shoot for the body. Kill shot. You see somebody walking around killing somebody, you're going to shoot him in the body. You pop. Man, you take that dude out. You take him out. Possesses New York has some of the strictest gun law. That's why he didn't get shot. Yeah, I agree. Come to Kentucky. Come to Kentucky on that stuff. Did you read his manifesto? That's why I love living in the gunshine. Hey, Florida, baby. I wish when during the pandemic I would have lived there. It would have been cool. Been real cool. But if in Kentucky somebody would have busted a cap in that dude's ass, he ain't gonna be walking in no store unloading on somebody without somebody busting a cap, and somebody would have took his ass out. What's up, Angry? Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, man? I'm just on here with my Monday live show. We're talking. I'm not really talking about the Buffalo shooter. I was just saying if the Buffalo shooter would have did that shit in Kentucky, or if I'm not mistaken, in Michigan, somebody would have busted a cap in his ass. They would have busted a cap in his ass. And plus, I don't understand why they didn't anyway. When the police walk in there, they say, okay, when a police officers are going into that situation, the dude is armed and dangerous. Black Lives Matter sent 100 people to Louisville, Kentucky to set up shop, to march and rally and protest because of the Breonna Taylor killing. Because gunfire was going back and forth. And Breonna Taylor was caught in the crossfire. And Black Lives Matter thought it was very important to come to Kentucky and set up shop right here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They did it. But when this white guy goes into the Buffalo and he's shooting, they bring him out unharmed. What's up, Jeremiah? What's up, Jeremiah? What's going on, man? They bring him out untouched. They bring him out just for GP. Okay, and while we're talking about this, the reason why we're talking about this is because we can't call this a Democrat or Republican thing. This was a hate thing. This was a hate thing. And you got hatred on both sides. You got racist Republicans. You got racist Democrats. This has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with like I just honestly think I'll leave it alone. And my final statement on that is he should have never walked out of there alive. They should have put a bullet in his motherfucking ass. That's on God. That's put it on God. He was influenced by the far right. Says who? At work, stopping by. Hey, man, appreciate you showing some love, bro. Hey, we got to get in the studio. This is the spot. I got it all together. I don't know if you've been watching the videos, but I'm ready. You put it on God. Put that on God, man. He should have been. He should have never, ever, ever. He should have been dead on sight. Where are they? That's why I don't understand. And then, did you see? There's a post of correctional officers. Did I keep that thing? There's a post. If you look it up, there's a post of correctional officers in New York who work in the jails who said, clean up on aisles 4, 6, 7, and we're laughing about it. Come on, man, whenever you want to. Come on the show whenever you want to. He was not right. He said, clean up on aisle 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do you agree with that, white people? Do you agree with that was the thing? Yep, you saw that in White Casper. What about he did target black people. What's BS news? He targeted okay. Now I can't get behind that to my unmelanated, to my white people. If you are trying to white-splain the fact that this guy's an idiot that walked into this Buffalo, that's where we have a disconnect. I am not that type of black. I call it fair down the range. If this dude says, if he walks into a place, kills all black people, has a manifesto saying, I'm going to kill black people. On the gun, it's got the N-word written, I'm going to kill black people. He live streams it from his TikTok glasses or his glasses. He sees a white person. He pulls his gun up and says, sorry, this isn't meant for you, and goes on to kill more black people. And then you say this wasn't a black targeted attempt. This wasn't a black hate crime. You, my friend, are the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem. It's not the gun. It's not particular this person. It's you. If you can say, if all the evidence is right there in your face, just like we say, Black Lives Matter, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, the Democrats put it in our faces, blackface, to pass them along to push their agenda. That's agreeable moment. If you can say that this guy was not influenced, and he said it was influenced by the rhetoric, you cannot deny that. That dude, if you can justify him, you are the reason why. If you okay. This is a great soliloquy of an analogy, if that's even a word. If you can white-splain this Buffalo shooter, you are the reason why Joe Biden is our president right now. I'm going to repeat that. If you can white-splain the shooter in Buffalo, I'm not even going to say his name, the shooter in Buffalo massacring the people, then you are the reason why Joe Biden is president right now, because they look at people on the right and they say Republicans are racist. That's the only thing they got. That's the only thing the Democrats got about races and race relationship. All they got is they say the Democrats say the Republicans are racist. But if you exacerbate those white-splaining ideologies that this guy can somewhat justify, and he might need some mental health, he needs to be dead. He don't need no mental health. He don't need no mental health. And this is not a partisan thing. This is a hate thing. We need to root out racial hate. And people's like, oh, racism isn't a problem. It can be if we white-splain. Who in their right mind can say that this guy was justified in anything that he did? The government hired these shooters for population control. Hey, man, that's not a far-fetched belief, especially while they take him alive. Especially when he's being taken alive. So it makes me think, it's like, okay, I mean, maybe it is. He needs to be locked away for it. He needs to be dead, in my opinion. Okay, kind of debate. He said he needs to be locked away for it. I think they need to put a book. I think anybody who was affected, any of the family members that were affected by this community, they need to be able to be locked in a room for him for at least 15, 20 minutes and repeatedly kick him with shit kicker steel toe boots on in the dick. Yeah, I like that. He needs to be set in front of a firing squad with one real bullet, one gun. Kind of Democrats started the KKK and voted for segregation. That's all. Yeah, we all know that. We all know. And I had explained to my old lady the other day. I was like, "Did you know why the NRA was formed?" People try to say that the NRA is a racist organization. That's what kills me. Who defends white supremacy today? Who defends white supremacy today? White people, Democrats and Republican white people who are in power, mostly men. Mostly people who need to be voted out of their Senate seats because they've been in there way too long. Those are the people who hold on to white supremacy, who promote it. Okay, let me go back here. It could have been a setup. I think it could have been a setup. Yep. That's no one who killed him. The Democrats were the right-wing party then. No. If you're talking about in history, the Democrats were no. You're talking about the party switch. I don't believe that. It happened in the South. It wouldn't have been. Yeah, that's what Patrick, I said, or patriotic. I said that if it would have happened in the South, it would have had him in Kentucky. That mug would not be out. He would have been dead. Somebody in the. Let me tell you this about Kentuckians and South people, especially Second Amendment, gun-toting Republicans, conservatives. I want to say Republicans protested Confederate statues coming down in my hometown. I'm in Charlottesville. Those are Republicans with the tiki torches. Those were like neo-Nazis. I wouldn't say those are like David Duke. Those are a small 1% sect in the Republican Party. We can't generalize all these people like the tiki torchy people and put them in the Republican Party, or we would do that same thing for the Democrats and the Black Lives Matter bullshit. I don't think those statues should be up either, but you know what I'm saying. But can you imagine? Let's talk about Second Amendment gun-toting Kentuckians. I can only speak for Kentuckians because I'm in Kentucky. If this dude, if they wait for some shit like this to pop off, Kentuckians will be they're like, man, I'm going to Walmart's, and if I see somebody shooting, I'm gonna take them out. True or false? True or false? I got 6 more minutes, folks. Give me some topics to talk about. We'll take this out in a hot way. Those dudes were alt-right, especially they were alt-right. They were alt-right, but those are a small percentage of Republicans on the whole. You can't pigeonhole Republicans because that's what the Democrats do. Come on now, kind of debate. That's what the Democrats do. You're falling into the same Democrats. They start pigeonholing and name calling. What would you think? What would a Georgia free zone from there? I do. I know for a fact from my involvement in the Republican Party, when we are in our think tanks of black, white, brown, woman, man, and we actively look for what you're talking about because you're not involved in the Republican Party. We look for people who those old school blue dogs, those old school Dixiecrats who have assimilated over to the Republican Party thinking they're going to pull that bullshit on us. There's more of us than there are of them. So we find out who they are and we push them out. It's that easy. It's that easy. We find out who these January 6th insurrectioners that are running into the Capitol carrying a Confederate flag. We look at them and we say, this is what we don't want our party to look like. This is a small percentage of what our party, making our party. That is why Joe Biden won the presidency. So if we can change that in 2024 and keep and stop falling for the Democrats' virtue signal tricks like CRT. Oh shit, they ain't gonna be teaching my kid to hate white people. But that's just like nothing burgers run over there doing their devilish stuff. We got to be smarter than that. Because that's all they have. All they got is name callings. Democrats use Black Lives Matter. Absolutely, they did. But if we remove anything that offends us, we won't have anything. Exactly. You can't even get on this app. I couldn't even get on the app with my best white friend and we tell jokes about each other without somebody getting offended. And that's my best friend. And we sit around a campfire, we make up jokes about each other, and we tell them to each other and laugh till our stomachs hurt. We sit by a bonfire, toke on a little green. He drinks his bourbon. I sip my tea, and we talk about each other so bad. We talk about each other so bad, and nobody gets offended. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Give you a good white joke. I can't. I'll get kicked off of TikTok. I can't do it. I'm offended. I'm offended by Biden being our president too. But it's Republican. It's racist Republicans' fault that Joe Biden got elected. Because most black people I know, you ask, if you don't have any black friends, you're doing yourself a disfavor because you never know what it's like to have good food. You don't know what it's like to be the best dancers. You don't know what it's like to be athletically gifted. You don't know what it's like to have extra couple inches in between your thighs. You gotta get you some black friends. And if you're black and you ain't got no white friends, you ain't never know what it's like to go fishing or hunting or not fishing or hunting. That's not just white things, but I'm just saying, if I start talking in blacks and white stereotypes, somebody might get offended when I'm just joking around. I grew up joking around. Me and my buddy had, you ever watched the movie Gran Turismo? That was our neighborhood. We had a Korean, and I may see if I'm even talking like this, they might try to ban me. But what I'll say, all that say, we need to lighten up. I got 2 minutes. We need to lighten up, everybody. This was the first Kentucky Live, Mondays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Every Monday, I'm going to be coming to you. Cat Williams says it best. Get you some white friends, my friends, who are the closest brother is. That's right. You want to offend me? You want to offend me? I'm not a Democrat. See, I can get here closer to seeing this screen so I can see a little bit more. I mean, we do party pretty hard. Get into your new barbershop. No, I'm not in a new barbershop. I'm in my studio. I'm closed down my dating shop. I'm no longer going to have my dating shop. I'm just going to be in Kentucky. Hey, I'm about to close out here on Facebook. Facebook has been real. About to end things out. Peace, love, and hair grease. Hope you loved it today. See you next Monday.